they do your entire agenda. And the trans issue was something I felt they put too many eggs in their baskets. Because again, I vote locally.
Yeah, you don't listen.
That harmed them locally. It was one thing that harmed them locally.
You accept the framing of MAGA. That's what
I don't accept the framing of MAGA, Scotty. I don't even know what you're talking about.
We have to be careful.
I'm talking about voters.
I pretty much agree with you. I said, what if we do, and then I said, I agree with you. You're still talking about that part. I think we all agreed that we've already agreed the messaging was not good. I was making a suggestion for going forward, and First Lady asked, what did you think about that? You're still talking about the bad messaging before. I gave a suggestion going forward. You're still talking about what already happened. I agree with you.
Can I just say one thing?
No, you cannot. 1 second. They're having a back and forth.
Restate your solution, because your solution didn't sound like a one from the party per se. It sounded like a one for like person to person.
So it starts from person to person. I was talking about the situation with your friends. I specifically said that. Your friends you had a conversation with your friends, is what you said, and they told you why they flipped their vote, because they didn't get down with the trans issue. I was addressing that issue in particular, your situation, because I don't know who was talking, but I did say whoever that was. And then I gave a suggestion how that can go better in the future. It is if your friend, because a lot of times friends don't even talk about politics, especially if they don't agree. But if you're able to have a conversation with a friend and they tell you why they flipped from Democrat to the reason why is over the trans issue, what I'm saying is have a conversation with them, talk to them, say, hey, so let's talk about it. Let's get a little deeper into that. At what times? Who was talking about it? What do you mean specifically that they're getting down with the trans issue? What issue are that you're concerned about? Because at the end of the day, that's not true. But what happened was the Republicans made that be a Democratic issue. They talked about it, but some people not even aware. I was one of them, and I consider myself informational. It was a while before I even realized that Donald Trump signed the trans issue operations or whatever, surgeries in prison. That was done on his watch. And so that could be an issue or a topic of discussion for someone who flipped because of the transgender issue. Were they even aware that that was signed under him? Wasn't signed under the Democrats. So I am only suggesting that we not be critical, that we inform, that we get better at training ourselves to inform those who believe these things that are not true. And have a real conversation back and forth rather than judge them. They could still they may never believe it, or it might not change their minds, but we don't know that. But to allow them to say it and there's no response, and it doesn't have to be the trans issue. It could be a friend who had another issue that made them flip. If they're saying something that you know not to be true, why not talk about it? Not judge them, have an open conversation, show them the facts. In the trans situation, knowing that Donald Trump signed it could have been something that they weren't aware of.
Okay.
Right? But we don't know because we don't communicate. We got to get better at